how's it going? My name is Cindy Sidgen, and today I bring you another little speed paint. This piece was actually a commission. It's my very first commission that I've ever done, and the customer requested that I make a Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's for her brother's birthday. So this is my very first commission piece, so I had to do as my best as I could. I had a time limit too, and I think I got the piece done in like a day and a half or so. I know, well, if you want to count hours, it maybe took me maybe 12 hours total. Not too long, but still it was a very time-consuming piece, and it took a while to plan out, it took a while to paint, and it took a while to figure out how exactly I was going to paint it. It is done on an 8x10 canvas by Artist Loft, and I'm using acrylic paints. The brand of acrylic paints that I use are Reeves Acrylics, and I also have a few of the Winsor & Newton brand. I think the Winsor & Newton are probably my most favorite just because my Reeves are so old. I think they're about like 2 years old now, but they still kind of work. But eventually I do want to transfer over to the Winsor & Newton brand. I just need to get rid of my Reeves first, and then once I start doing more paintings, I'll probably just transfer over. I don't do very many paintings. I think I've only done maybe like 4 to 5, and that was like in the recent year, like this year. That's when I've made them. But yeah. And this is probably one of the bigger pieces I've done, if I'm not wrong. I think I did another 8x10, but it was like a simple Eeyore piece, and it wasn't too extensive with like detail, unlike this one. This one was like a lot of work and very dedicated time. Like, you need to have a lot of patience with it, and I am very happy that I ended up finishing it. I was very happy about the end result. I was kind of hesitant about it being finished because I wasn't sure if I was doing it correctly or if it was going to come out the way I wanted it to come out. But in the end, it doesn't look so bad, and the customer was very satisfied with it. And I also heard that her brother liked it too. So basically what you can see right now is that I'm separating the reds. There's a lighter red on one side and there's a darker red on the other. And that is because he is coming out of a shadow. The only piece on the left side, or the only part of the painting that is on the left side that is not in shadow, is his hook. His little hand hook, or whatever you want to call it. His little hook hand. It's the only part of the painting that won't be in shadow. It'll shine through, it'll have its light, if that makes any sense. And I like the fact that once you look at the piece, it really captivates you. And later on, I'll put like a little bit more detail, like a sparkle at the very tip of it, so that it calls more attention. It gives more of a look, hey, there's light here kind of thing. But you know, one side of his body is covered by shadow and the other one's not. And that was how I wanted it. Like, I wanted him to be very creepy. I wanted him to come out of this shadowed area, because that's basically what the game is about. Five Nights at Freddy's, if you don't know, is a horror-based game where you are a security guard and you're working a night shift, and the animatronics come alive. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, but worse than Chuck E. Cheese. And it's pretty awesome, interesting game. It has a lot of jump scares, and it has like a timed factor. Like, you have there's a gap where I think it gives you like 6 hours where you have to like try to live through those 6 hours, and so on and so forth. And it's called Five Nights at Freddy's because you have to survive 5 nights in order to succeed the entire game. But every night becomes even worse. Just if you don't know what the game is about, I'm sure there's quite a few of you that are watching this video that know exactly what Five Nights at Freddy is. And I am a pretty big fan of the game. I haven't played it myself, but I watched like Markiplier play it. My brothers played it. I think I've tried to play it a couple times, but never really dedicated time to play it myself. I think the only game that recently I've dedicated myself to play is probably Life is Strange, and I'm like a year late. But yeah. And I don't know what else to say, really. Later on you'll see that part of the face that is supposed to be in shadow, I will do a black wash on it, where basically I took black paint and I added some water to it, and I just made it very thin, and I swatched it across the piece, and that gave it a nice effect too and made it darker. Here I'm starting to work on completely black background. There is no color in the black background. Once again, he is coming out of the shadow, so therefore I needed everything to be completely dark. I did get inspiration for this piece from a reference photo. I got the image off of Google, because that's honestly like the only place you can get reference images or whatever. I do not own any rights to the characters. I am not going to make this piece available for like print sales. This piece belongs, the canvas piece is to one owner and one owner only. That's it. Like, I'm not going to try getting in trouble for selling this piece. And here I'm doing the wash, the color wash, and I'm just going over the hook because I don't want the hook covered in it. So yeah, this piece is just for that owner. It won't be selling anymore. And here I'm going in with my microns and I'm outlining the details and I'm putting more detail in it. And I'm just making it more presentable, more pop-ish. Here I'm going in with I think it's my 0.1 micron. I'm just doing finer detail, going through the teeth and making sure the nose is where it should be and how it should look. I like clean lines. I have that thing about me where I must have clean lines. Like, if I don't see lines, I'm not happy with my piece. So that took me maybe 10 minutes to completely finish. I don't know what I scratched off right there, don't ask me. And yeah. And here I'm gonna put Mod Podge on it. I ended up using a camel hair brush and I regretted it instantly because it made streaky little lines on the piece. Yeah, and I just threw away that brush too, so I won't be using that brush ever again. Hopefully I remember to use a different brush. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and there should be like a little slide next showing you my shops, and then I added another shop, which is my Redbubble shop, and all the links are going to be in the description. Alright guys, I'll see you guys all later. Thanks for watching. Bye! Made into mini masterpieces or whatever, and those are probably for another day, but this is one that I just mixed up in like a couple seconds or minutes, and it just was born, it was created, and I very much like it. Like, the final piece is very intriguing. I like how I incorporated like colored pencils, which you'll see in the end. Mediums I used are Sakura Microns 0.1 or 0.1. Then I used a variety of Copic markers, and I